Welcome to the day here at Dub Saw Shop. Today, got the JonCutter 7500 on the bench, and for those of you that follow the channel, you're gonna know just why we got it up here. That is right. We're having some coil issues. Not really sure if it's the igniter, the coil, or the wires. So we're just gonna go ahead and change them all. We ordered this coil from eBay, came from China, and it took about, I'd say 2 weeks to get here. I think it was about 18 bucks shipped. So let's dive right in, get this thing changed, see if it makes a difference. There. And then it's a little slot. Let me see if I can show it to you. On this saw, where the wires come from the kill switch, there's a slot right here that the wires sit down in. So that's where we're going to be clipping these at. Let's put it down. Let's go ahead and put this on first. So I got a comment the other day from someone asking about the Neotech 843 versus the JonCutter 5800. Which one would I recommend and why? So my recommendation, JonCutter 5800, hands down. You don't even have to question yourself. I say that because the Neotech 843, it's a great saw, but it's 43 cc's versus 56, 58 cc's on the 5800. And aftermarket parts availability for the JonCutter, you got a lot to choose from. Not really many aftermarket parts available for the 843 if something goes wrong. I had the starter spring fail on the 843, but luckily I was able to rebend and harden the little curled tab on it where it holds onto the starter, the little pulley. So luckily I didn't have to buy nothing. I guess you could always buy OEM Husky parts. You're just gonna spend a little bit, probably double the money, double, possibly triple the money on parts. But if you like saw, it's not an issue, then by all means, do your thing. So, let's get this top cover back on. I really hope this works out. I also changed, remember, this saw had the blue fuel line on it, and I said when we were cutting, it was too stiff and it wouldn't let the filter fall to the other side, so you had to cut with it up, or you could only make cuts like this on a full tank. I replaced that with the yellow Tygon style and a heavier filter. I'm hoping we got that taken care of. Now, I'm going to put a little dielectric grease in the boot. I always like doing that. It's just something I do. Makes it come off easier next time. And does get in there, got a little bit of something to prevent corrosion. Choke set. Alright, here we go. Go ahead and set that. Ha! Say now, that is the easiest this saw has ever cranked since I've had it. Well, the timing advance we did, I can tell you it's a little bit more poppier with this. We're going to have to put a bigger handle on this thing so we can get some leverage on it. Well, all right then. I believe we got that one about fixed. I still think we got some tuning to do on it. I think a lot of it's just the carburetor, honestly. And another thing, you see this? How good is that? So, I seen this thing crack a minute ago. I'm not 100% sure why, but it kept getting lean in certain times. And I took it in the shop and kept looking at it, and there was a little bitty crack coming in there. So I'm sure it's got something to do with these bolts. So I'm sure we're gonna have to grind down these bolt heads or something. I want to break it off kind of clean so that way I can see exactly what we got going on. There we go. Okay. So I'm assuming these bolt heads are a little bit too big for the 372 stack. And when you tighten it up, it's kind of spreading it out. And in return, that's loosening up the carburetor, which is causing us to run a little lean. So I think if we go back with the 372 stack, which I think is going to be our best bet, I think we're going to have to go ahead, take a grinder to these bolts, and get these heads a little bit smaller than they are. That way you don't stress the sides here. But I think the ignition was a win. Now, on to other projects with this. Look at this load of wood that John bought us. Holy cow, boy. That thing is straight about 22 inches in diameter. If I was milling, that would be a beautiful one to mill. That one same way, about 22 inches. This one's probably about 10 or 12 foot long. That one's probably about 8 or 10. all this. He bought us all this. One piece rolled down the hill. Pretty dang good little firewood chunks there. Yes, trampoline's still back there. The back side of it does not look too good from here. So it'll probably stay over there for a little while. This is where they put our septic system in and did nothing with it other than cover it back up with red dirt. It's horrible. Man, it's beautiful out here if it dang wind won't blow. So you guys have a great rest of your day. I hope you liked the video. I don't want to hear no shit about my dull chain. I know it was dull. Must have took a hit last time. Y'all stay cool. Leave that thumbs up. Comment down below. Almost at 1,000 subs. Whoop, whoop. Y'all subscribe. We got an awesome saw we're going to be giving away at 1,000. 3450. Been ported. Cuts great. We'll do a video on that when we get right at 1,000. But I'm excited, man. Y'all have a good one. Dubs. We out.